Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Dr. Ruby, and today we are back with another very important class in educational psychology. In this class, we'll be exploring Thurstone's group factor theory of intelligence, a significant theory that breaks intelligence into multiple abilities. We will go over this theory in simplest terms with easy to understand examples and discuss its educational implications that are important from an exam and teaching perspective. Before we begin, if you are new to this channel, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of my classes. We have covered a range of important topics in educational psychology, and you can find those links in the description below, or check out the playlist called Educational Psychology. You can also check out other playlists including Educational Philosophy, where I have covered both the Indian and Western philosophies, Government Educational Schemes and Policies, and Daily MCQs, to stay up to date with more relevant content. Now, let us start by first talking about the man behind this theory, Louis Leon Thurstone. Thurstone was a leading American psychologist known for his work in psychometrics and the study of intelligence. He was born in Chicago and earned his PhD in 1917. He later became a professor at the University of Chicago, where he spent much of his academic career. Thurstone is most famous for challenging Spearman's concept of single general intelligence, proposing instead that intelligence consists of multiple distinct abilities, which he called primary mental abilities, the PMS. His groundbreaking work led to the development of new methods for measuring intelligence, emphasizing the diverse nature of cognitive abilities. Now, let us understand his group factor theory of intelligence in more simple words. Thurstone's group factor theory focuses on the idea that intelligence is not a single entity but is composed of specific abilities. These abilities, also known as the primary mental abilities, the PMS, are distinct cognitive skills that can work independently or together in different tasks. One of the key concepts in this theory is the group factors. Group factors are intellectual abilities that are shared among certain types of tasks, but not all tasks. Rather than attributing cognitive abilities to single general intelligence, Thurstone suggested that there are multiple group factors, also called specific factors, that relate to particular domains of intelligence. Let me give you an example. A person who excels in spatial reasoning, such as assembling puzzles or reading maps, but struggles with verbal tasks like reading comprehension, demonstrates different group factors at play. Now, Thurstone, he identified 9 distinct mental abilities, each representing a different aspect of intelligence. The first one is the verbal comprehension. This is the ability to understand and work with verbal concepts, words, and ideas. For example, a person strong in verbal reasoning would excel at writing essays or understanding complex reading material. The second one is the spatial ability. This is the capacity to visualize objects and manipulate them mentally in space. For example, solving a Rubik's Cube or reading maps are tasks that require strong spatial reasoning. The third one is the numerical ability. This is the ability to perform mathematical calculations accurately and quickly. For example, solving math problems quickly in a test shows high numerical ability. Next is the memory. This is the skill of memorizing and recalling information efficiently. For example, remembering a long list of vocabulary words or a sequence of historical events depends on strong memory abilities. Next is the word fluency. This is the capacity to think of words rapidly and use them in speech or writing. For example, a person participating in a word association game or brainstorming words during a creative writing task is using their word fluency ability. Next, inductive reasoning. This is the ability to draw general conclusions from specific information or instances. For example, after observing the pattern in a sequence of numbers, someone might predict the next number based on that pattern. Next is the deductive reasoning. This is the capacity to apply general principles to specific situations. For example, using a mathematical formula to solve a particular problem or applying a scientific law to explain an experiment. Next, he gave the perceptual speed. This is the ability to accurately perceive and differentiate objects or symbols. For example, spotting difference in a find the difference puzzle or identify patterns in visual stimuli rely on perceptual skills. Next is the problem-solving ability. This is the skill of solving complex problems independently through logical thinking. For example, coming up with a creative solution to fix a broken device or troubleshooting an issue with software. So those were the 9 primary mental abilities. Thurstone's theory contrasts sharply with Spearman's G-factor theory, which posits that a single general intelligence governs all cognitive tasks. In Thurstone's theory, intelligence is understood through specific factors, the S factors, that are tied to distinct tasks such as those defined by the PMS. Now that we have understood the theory, let us move on to the educational implications. Starting with point number 1, customizing teaching methods for diverse learners. Thurstone's theory emphasizes that students excel in different areas of intelligence, necessitating customized teaching approaches. Teachers should adapt their teaching methods to cater to the specific strengths of each student. For example, a student with strong spatial ability might perform well in subjects like geometry and should be encouraged to use visual aids, while another student with high verbal ability might excel in language arts and benefit from discussions and essays. Point number 2, broadening assessment techniques. Traditional assessments often focus on verbal or numerical reasoning, neglecting other intellectual abilities. By acknowledging multiple primary mental abilities, schools should develop a broad range of assessment methods. For example, alongside written tests, assessment could include problem-solving abilities, visual spatial tasks, or oral presentations, allowing students to demonstrate their diverse abilities. Point number 3, encouraging a holistic approach to learning. Understanding that intelligence consists of multiple abilities encourage teachers to provide a holistic educational experience that nurtures each of these skills. For example, a curriculum that includes activities to develop numerical, verbal, spatial, and problem-solving abilities will create well-rounded learners equipped with diverse talents. Point number 4, fostering group work based on different strengths. Thurstone's theory suggests that group work can be more effective if students with different intellectual strengths collaborate. For example, in a project team, a student with strong deductive reasoning might outline the general framework, while someone with strong perceptual abilities work on the visual design, making the most of each student's specific abilities. Point number 5, identifying specific cognitive interventions. If a student shows difficulty in a particular area, teachers can identify targeted interventions based on specific cognitive weakness. For example, if a student has poor memory skills, the teacher can focus on developing strategies like mnemonic devices to enhance recall. Point number 6, enhancing critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Schools can implement strategies to build problem-solving abilities across different domains, helping students tackle challenges independently. For example, assigning complex real-world problems in math and science classes can foster logical reasoning, while debate or case studies can enhance verbal and deductive reasoning abilities. So that was all on Thurstone's group factor theory of intelligence. I hope you liked the video. Please let me know in the comment section if you have any questions regarding this theory. You can also mention any topic on education subject that you would like me to cover for the upcoming classes. Like, subscribe, and share as much as you can among the students group. This motivates me as an educator to bring more videos like this one to you. Thank you for watching and see you in the next class.